Hey, welcome back. Now that we have set up our Elastic Load Balancer and target group, so if you go to EC2 Instance Dashboard, scroll down to Load Balancer. This is our load balancer. It's active. And if you go to target group, this is our target group attached to load balancer. It's time to make our app auto-scale with traffic. What does that mean? Well, if more people visit your site, we will automatically add more instances to handle the load. And when traffic drops, we will scale it down. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about what auto-scaling does for us. So in this page, click on auto-scaling group. It's basically auto-scaling helps your infrastructure adjust automatically based on demand. If your app gets a ton of traffic, auto-scaling will spin up more EC2 instances to keep things smooth. And when traffic dips, it will scale back down. So you're not wasting money on unused resources. Alright, let's get started by creating our auto-scaling group. Now, before you click on Create Auto Scaling Group, let's check to see how many EC2 instances we have. So click on Instance. As you may see here, we have no running EC2 instances. Go back to Auto Scaling Group. We will begin by setting up our group. Click on Create Auto Scaling Group. I'm going to name my Auto Scaling Group my Auto Scaling Group. Scroll down to Template and select Web Server Templates. Scroll down and leave version default. Scroll down and hit Next. Scroll down to Network. Leave the VPC default, and for the availability zone, select at least 2 available zones. Scroll down and leave the availability zone distribution as a default and click Next. We're going to attach an existing load balancer. Click right here, scroll down, and under existing load balancer target group, select Web Target Group. Scroll down, check this one, turn on Elastic Load Balancer health checks. Scroll down, I'm going to adjust the health check grace period to 60 seconds. Click Next. For desired capacity, 1. Minimum desired capacity, leave it 1. And for maximum desired capacity, I'm going to increase it or set it up to 4. Target tracking scaling policy, click this one, and this is where the magic happens. Scaling policy name, leave it as is. Metric type, leave it as a average CPU utilization, and change the target value from 50 to 20, meaning that the auto-scaling group will aim to keep your EC2 instances working at about 20% of their capacity. You can always adjust this based on your app's need. And instance warm-up, I'm going to set it up to 60 seconds. Scroll down and leave everything default and hit next. For notification, you can choose to set up notification to get alerts when scaling happens. This can help you stay on top of things. But for now, let's skip this part and click next. Click next and review your auto scaling group. And once everything looks good, hit create auto scaling group. Now, AutoScaling Group will spin up a new EC2 instance now. So let's go to EC2 instance, click on instance. Now it's initiated by AutoScaling Group. I'm gonna wait until the status check completed. Now the EC2 is running. It says the status check, 2 of 2 check passed. And if you go to load balancer is active and target group is attached to the load balancer. Now I'm gonna need to make a copy of the DNS load balancer DNS name. So I'm gonna click on this, copy, and open a new tab and paste it right here. Now this is your EC2 instance running by Elastic Load Balancer directing the traffic to this EC2. Now that your auto-scaling group is set up, it's time to test it. So let's go to EC2, click on EC2, and then click Connect. We're going to connect through SSH. so we can run a command. Click connect. The PowerShell terminal will open, and we're gonna use the following command. Type the following command and hit enter, and then type the following command. Now we're gonna run a stress test on this one. So let's go back to auto scaling. Click on auto scaling. Click on activity. I'm gonna minimize this sidebar so we can have more real estate. Scroll down. We're gonna see this activity. If you hit refresh, this is where the auto scaling group changed the desired capacity from 0 to 1 based on the policy. Now, after that, we did stress test. So we're gonna see an alarm here or activities that auto scaling group will spin up a new EC2 instance based on the load. So I'm gonna go to open another auto scaling group and go under monitor, new tab, right here, auto scaling, monitor, EC2, and this is where you can monitor the CPU utilization. I'm gonna click on this one to expand it, adjust this one to 15, and now we're gonna wait for the auto scaling group to kick in after the CPU utilization reach over a 20% capacity. So let's watch this one on CloudWatch. Open a new tab. Just gonna move it right here. Auto scaling again. Auto scaling, monitor, EC2, and view all CloudWatch metrics. Click on all alarms. So here we see all the alarms. I'm gonna minimize this one as well. So I'm gonna go between this page, the alarm on CloudWatch, and auto scaling group, the CPU utilization, and then I will go also. I open the open auto scaling group activity page. Hit refresh. Let's go to auto scaling group CPU utilization. Now, if you go to let's check alarm on CloudWatch. Hit refresh. Now we have an alarm CPU utilization greater than 20%. You go to CPU utilization, hit refresh. Yep, that's it. Now auto scaling group will spin up a new EC2 instance based on that. So let's take a look at the activity here, right here, hit refresh, and here we go. Alarm trigger tracking my auto scaling group, changing the desired capacitor from 1 to 4. And if you go to EC2, hit refresh, there we go. Auto scaling group spin up additional three EC2 instance based on the demand. As you can see that the status is initializing. So this is the first one. Now if you go to web page right here, we're gonna see the IP address change. So I'm gonna hit refresh, refresh again. You can see that we have 4 IP address or 4 EC2 instance running. Now if we go back to all alarm, hit refresh, great. Now let's go to auto scaling and hit refresh, see what's happened. Great. Now we can go back to auto scaling group after let's wait after all the status completed. Let's hit refresh and all successful. Good. Now I'm gonna change the auto scaling policy. Click on automatic scaling and then this one right here. Click on this action, edit, and instead of 20% target, I'm gonna put 90%. So this one will trigger alarm to scale back down. Hit update and go back to alarm, watch, hit refresh. Now we will see a new alarm. I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes. You hit refresh. Now the CPU utilization greater than 90% for 3 data points within 3 minutes. Now CPU utilization less than 81. Okay, sounds good. Let's go to auto scaling group and let's see what's happened. The load, it's dropped. Let's go to activity, hit refresh. Now if you go to alarmed CloudWatch, hit refresh, you see there's an alarm CPU utilization less than 62%. And if you go to auto scaling group activity, hit refresh, here we go. We have a new action right here. It says alarm triggered policy target tracking policy changing the desired capacity from 4 to 3. An instance was taken out of service in response to a difference between desire and actual capacity, shrinking the capacity from 4 to 3. And if you go to instance, you hit refresh, you will see one of them will get terminated. And if you go back to auto scaling group activity again, hit refresh. Now there is a second and third alarm trigger to reduce or shrink the capacity now from 3 to 2, and this is from 2 to 1. Now if you go to your app, now if you hit refresh, you will see only one EC2 instance running. And if you go back to EC2 instances and hit refresh, soon you will find 3 of the EC2 instances get terminated. If you hit refresh, now this is your first EC2 instance start to shutting down, and eventually one by one will start to shut down. So here you go. You see your auto scaling group scale up or down depend on the traffic. This is how you get high availability and handle spikes in traffic without breaking the sweat. Now, before I let you go, I just wanna make sure that you clean up after yourself and delete everything. So start with auto scaling group to delete all the resources so you don't get additional or unnecessary charges. Click on auto scaling group, hit action, click delete and type delete, hit delete. It will take a few minutes to delete the auto scaling group. Then go to load balancer, click on the load balancer, action, delete load balancer, confirm, deletion. Then go to target group, click on the target group, action, delete, and click delete. And then go back to instance, select the one that's running, instance stays, click right here and click terminate or delete instance. Click terminate and you're done. Thank you for tuning in. I will catch you up in the next one.